Just when you think Demon Slayer can't get better, this episode proves us wrong. And I think there's been plenty of cases that have been above, I think it was episode 19 that we saw in the first season, and then, just look at the Mugen Train. There's constantly been moments that have upped the ante with animation, fight choreography, emotions, and everything else in between. But I think this fight in general, because it started so early into this season, and it's carried on the escalation, the emotion, the tension, it's hard not to say that this is, without a doubt, the peak moment of the fight, best animated, best looking, best sounding, best emotions, but the fight as a whole is peak what Demon Slayer has to offer so far. Almost like we take the emotions of Season 1 and the Mugen Train and build it all into this one beautiful package, that rather than just doing the same thing we saw last time with a Hashira dying for no reason, it seems like they did deliver the finishing blow, because it would be hard to imagine them being able to up the emotions and ante again. It does feel like maybe one final hurrah for the brother and sister, kind of unleashing the devastating saws because both their heads came off, so that should mean that they're about to die. More so, it just seemed like a self-destruct because you know your time's done, so you're going to take as many as you can in the process. And to see those frantic final moments of Best Boy just trying to get Tanjiro the hell out of there as it erupts, and they do probably one of the most effective, ending sequence where the song and the credits are playing and you just see the fire get smaller and smaller until it's just this dark ash location. And yeah, next week can't come soon enough. Next week is going to be an extra long episode. I think the total runtime is supposed to be 45 minutes or something on TV, so that's probably about a 30 to 35 minute episode that we'll get to watch. So all things considered, this really did turn out to be about a 13 episode arc when you really compare the double length episode of the first one, comparing with the extra long episode that we're getting here. Holy shit though, this is, without a doubt, redemption through and through, and I think in a different reality, not knowing how long Demon Slayer is going to continue on for, this very well could be like a death that Tanjiro could be satisfied with, I think, right? Because we know Tanjiro's coming back. We know he's making it to the next arc, hands down. But, thinking about what he just went through and the fact that, the Rengoku death guilt is there, not wanting to see yet again another demon get away, seeing a Hashira die, the demon get away, them surviving with that guilt, seeing them work together, the fact that they weren't being pushed away, they were being encouraged to help. It's so refreshing to see, remembering what came before and using that as a crutch to aid in your new arc. And I really like how the Rengoku situation happened literally last arc, and it carried immediately into this new one, because I think had this type of moment been, say, in the next arc or something like that, and we had even more time to forget about what happened on the Mugen Train, I do think there would be a little less impact than having it just linger for this entire time, and all throughout it, every time Tanjiro takes a swing, you're thinking, this is redemption. This is the moment. Rengoku's going to be looking down, smiling at my boy here. And to see from literally fingers being broken, and every time they focused in on his sword and you saw two of his fingers just bent back so unnaturally, this man was willing to die. He was ignoring the pain. He was ignoring everything that his body was trying to tell him just to get in that one blow. And I thought it was so clever that it wasn't him running away to save Nezuko. It was him running to get a poison knife so that he can stab it and in the process cover up the scent of the poison, because it really did just look like a frantic boy just trying to throw. Actually, for me, because we know Tengen has those explosive bombs that seemingly actually affect demons, I thought he was just throwing things hoping one of them would go off. It didn't even cross my mind that he was trying to cover up the scent of poison. And when you see him just go in for the kill there, it was so cool because he actually was doing rather well. And I love how Tanjiro has that kind of self-reflection, because viewers themselves have had this thought process. I've seen it all throughout the comment sections, is that basically that could have been Tanjiro. In a different reality, both brother and sister could have become demons and not have the chance to maybe save said demon sibling. So he does feel pity for them, but he knows, if that happened to me, I would hope someone would put me down, because at that point there's probably no going back. And I love seeing the build-up because you knew, at the very least for this episode, all three of them were not dead. Inosuke, Zenitsu, and Tengen. They were not dead. I knew that for a fact, but I knew it's still very possible that they could die. And when you're building up that moment when my boy comes in, he is going off. He is going ham. He is absolutely blowing my mind. And the fact that with a single arm, he can still use a weapon that should, in theory, be only able to be used in like a masterclass way with two hands, but he's swinging it and one hand doesn't matter. He can kick some ass and take some names. And the fact that he encouraged Tanjiro to take that swing and we're getting closer and closer, as we knew Zensu couldn't do it by himself. And in that moment, building up to Inosuke popping up, I was literally cheering out loud. No joke, no exaggeration. I was like, Inosuke, please. Inosuke, Inosuke, Inosuke. And then when he finally popped in, he's coughing up blood, acting like he's perfectly fine. And seeing the duo there, 2 versus 1 and 2 versus 1. And the fact that both their heads come together, that is so well done. It's excitement. It's that pure hype, that pure adrenaline, but it felt thoughtful. It's not like they were just clashing swords and one tired out over the other. There was tactics that entire time, and even when I couldn't tell what he was planning or if he was just trying to panic and buy time, everything made sense and came full circle. And holy shit, like, I thought the extra long episode would just be like, it would be epilogue, right? I mean, we know Tengen wants to, enjoy his time with his wives. Maybe now with one hand he would be able to get out of his job. And to see them build up into that almost like a nuclear bomb going off, that one final hurrah, if somehow they recovered, I don't see how they can defeat him unless the wives can maybe put him out of their misery. But so far as an anime only, what it felt to me like it was a suicide bomb, almost like I'm taking you out if I'm going out as well, and I don't care about my own body anymore because I know I'm dying anyway. But holy shit, I mean, if they kill Tengen, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to feel, to be honest. I guess I'll have to see what they do in terms of the writing, because all bets were pointing to him coming out of this one alive, at the very least just wounded. And now it kind of feels like he's going to give his life for Tanjiro, potentially, maybe shielding his body and maybe going out with a smile on his face in some way. But I guess we'll see, right? I mean, at the very least, I'm glad they didn't seemingly do what they did last time, where just killing a Hashira and letting the demons get away. Hopefully, at the very least, if we are going to go that route again, the demons are fully dead, especially because those two together are just diabolical, just chaotic evil. But, I mean, when you become a demon, most likely you're going to become that type of evil. But it's interesting to see, as crazy and sick as he is, he really did care about his sister and was doing anything to protect her. And the fact that he even offered Tanjiro that way out as he was torturing him, like he was slapping his head and breaking his fingers, like it was just pure on bullying. And I was like, holy shit, like, I mean, either kill the boy or let him go. God damn, you don't need to torture him like this. But like I also said at the beginning, the sound design was fantastic. I mean, ever since Tengen's been introduced, the fireworks, the gunshot kind of like sound effect designs when he's going off and you see the flashing, the fact that he was basically playing a song as he was slashing, it sounded so damn cool with the crackling of the fires, the buildings being torn apart. Everything about it was just 10 out of 10 production. It was well written, it just looked entertaining as shit, but it was pure emotion, and it just felt like this was the moment, this was the final hurrah, and they can still surprise us with a devastating cliffhanger. Thoughts and feelings as per usual. What do you think is going to happen in next week's final episode of the season, as then we get the inevitable season 3 down the line? Please no spoilers if you do know the manga. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new around here. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.